Today we're going to be talking about classroom management issues and effective strategies for faculty use. Some of the classroom management components include activities, authority, tools and techniques, groupings, critical moments, and people skills. Common classroom issues includes undermining the instructor's authority, leaving class too frequently, gum, food, pagers, and cell phone disruption, monopolizing discussions, sleeping in class, repeated tardiness, sharing, copying work, plagiarism or lying, late assignment submission. Okay, first we're going to be talking about undermining the instructor's authority. And this is sometimes a tricky issue as it speaks about the attitude of the student. A student might try to belittle the instructor or engage in a battle of the wills. The student would need to be spoke to privately and told that their attitude was confrontational and asked how this might be resolved neutrally. The instructor would want to be well prepared before meeting with the student. The instructor must clearly state class etiquettes in their syllabus. And after the first week of class, the instructor should invite any student that misbehaves and address this issue. Okay, leaving class too frequently. Camps are divided as to whether or not students should ask for permission to leave for bathroom breaks or wait for a class break. Many faculty believe students should limit their bathroom breaks or ask for permission. However, this is contentious for some faculty when breaks are taken too frequently. You might ask the student if everything is okay privately so that they know that you are concerned about their behavior. They should not assume disrespect. It might be a bladder infection or some other kind of physical problem. Some strategies would include instructors to let students have a short break every hour. The instructors could remind students not to accept any unnecessary calls. The instructor could engage students by asking questions, and closing the classroom door without locking it can avoid disruption from the outside and discourage students from looking out unnecessarily. Okay, next is gum, food, pagers, and cell phone disruption. If decided upon by class, consequences for breaking this policy might range from a loss of participation points to the offender having to present on a topic of interest to the class. Some instructors allow pagers and cell phones to be on vibrate settings as long as they are attended to at the break rather than used in the class. Instructors need to abide by these rules as well. The idea here is to prevent habitual disruption from gum and popping and phones ringing. Some of the strategies are for instructors to let their students know that no food or gum must be used in class. Instructors can schedule break times about every hour. Instructors can engage students frequently. And instructors can let their students know that phones on silence unless needed for coursework. Another common issue is one or two students monopolizing the discussion. This is common but manageable. Many students are excited and talkative, so it might be good to give them a few class periods to settle in. However, if it's evident right away that this is a trend, it's best to ask them to stay after class. You might approach them initially by saying that you are pleased with their amount of enthusiasm that they have for discussion, but that you're hoping for them to have suggestions for getting the other class members equally involved. Students sleeping in class. Sleeping in class is usually considered rude. Most faculty believe it should not be tolerated and are best curbed up front by waking a sleeping student and asking them to step outside with you. Once there, faculty often tell students that it's best for the rest of the class if they return when they are awake enough to be an active participant. This occurs from time to time, and you obviously are the one to choose lenience or punitive action. It is also up to you to assess the situation, since the student may not be feeling well. Repeated tardies. Some students can come to class late. There should be clear parameters set around this issue up front, either in your syllabus or in the class decided norms. Stick to your guns on this policy. Some fair policies might include 3 tardies equal to 1 absence. Instructors must be punctual for students to emulate. Sharing and copying work among students. In some cultures, students work together to produce homework. It may come as a shock to these students that they cannot submit identical work. This may also come as a surprise to couples, parent-child, siblings, or close friends, so be careful to give thought to how you will handle this before you encounter it and react as if it were intentional cheating. This may occur when the class does a great deal of group work as well, so make sure you are clear about this as if it were individual or group work in your assignments. Plagiarism and lying. Depending upon the class and the student's prior knowledge of what plagiarism entails, some faculty issue an automatic F for the first instance, then expulsion from the class, with a report to the department chair and division dean on a second instance. Most colleges have specific policies. Be sure to know your college policy before taking an action. Teach students about how to make a reference using APA, MLA, and other formats. Let students run their work in a software to avoid plagiarism. Instructors can run assignments using a software like Grammarly or Turnitin. Students must be aware that plagiarism is not permitted. Next is late assignment submissions. Some students would like to submit assignments late, and the strategies to prevent that is instructors may deduct points from assignments that are submitted late. Instructors may not accept late assignments. Instructors may send reminders about assignments due dates, and this should all be explained in your course syllabus. And that's the end of this presentation. Any questions? Thank you.